All right, everybody, settle down.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Second Shout Studios. Welcome to episode 4 of Deeplight in our Constructive Crit series. Thank you so much for joining me again in this campaign that I'm accidentally writing. Now, today's session is very special because up until now, we have been playing games that I wrote months to years ago. Games that I've already played with a D&D group that I have outside of the studio. But y'all did so much crazy shit in your last session that I could not use my next planned session for this. I had to write in the last 2 weeks a new session just for you people. So I hope you appreciate that you've accidentally made me a real DM, and you're excited to figure out what awaits you on the shore. Real quick, sadly, Agilo will not be joining us tonight as planned. He is under the weather, and we hope that he will come back to us for our next session in a Deus Ex Machina that I can't wait to figure out. But for now, unless anybody else has got things they want to do, we will jump in to our session. Oh, we got an adorable dog on camera. Thank you so much, Frank. That's precious. So where last we left our heroes, these fishies were on the bottom of the ocean, no idea about the surface world, and then they ran into this creature that they figured out had been the cause of death of the very close friend that was almost more like family of Mairead, Mama. So this creature killed Mama, but the others kind of could hear from this creature that it was only acting out of self-defense. Mairead was very suspicious, blinded by grief and rage, tried to kill the creature, while the others kind of heard him out. It resulted in both Gibbons and Brutus being sent up to where? They don't fucking know. While Agilo and Mairead had a brawl, PvP, Mairead trying to kill the creature, Agilo trying to restrain Mairead. And that combat ended in both of them being sent up. Agilo by choice, Mairead, let's just politely say less so. They all make it up to the surface, by which time Gibbons and Brutus have gotten them passage on a ship with two very confused human men, Dave and John. Where we left our players, they had just docked on shore. And we are going to say that as they dock on shore, Agilo stops the group and goes, "You know what, guys? I can't fucking do this. I'm going back and telling the Kissick that we couldn't find his girlfriend or whatever, and please don't fucking die, because that would suck." He walks into the water, and you notice no signs of struggle or anything. It looks like he can breathe the water freely, at which point Dave and John offered to pay for a room and an inn for the night for you guys so that you could, figure your shit out. And that's where we are. You're walking through the town. You're seeing new sights, new smells, new kinds of people all over. And it's overwhelming and exciting and so new. And you're all experiencing it in your very own ways. Anything you'd like to talk about on your way?
The wonders of Eska never ceases to exist. This is wonderful.
I'm glad you're having a good time.
That could be better.
Yeah, good. We could be back at home.
You guys have a couple little squabbles on your way, and at that point, you get to this inn. You see it's a tavern, first floor, and an inn above that. you walk in, and Dave and John kind of leave you to go talk to the host. Can I get a perception check from the team?
Yeah.
Why am I so bad at finding this? There it is. Oh, no.
Beep boop, I'm waiting for perception checks, yeah. 17, awesome. Mairead and Gibbons.
I rolled bad, so it's a 19.
Fucking Christ, okay.
I
12.
did roll bad.
12, okay. Can I get a religion check from Brutus? 16, okay. Brutus, you're sitting here, you're looking around. I mean, all of you are looking around, trying to, like, absorb what's happening to you, figure out what's going on. Mairead, your eyes glance on a couple beings that, like, have some, like, familiar traits to you. But Brutus, you immediately look and see a creature that's the shape of your god. You see a little creature on someone's shoulder that is fuzzy, with a curled tail,
Knew it.
and it is vibing on this person's shoulder.
I knew it. I knew my god was up here.
I will say, with your religion check, you don't know if this is the creature that is your god. You just know it's the same shape and, like, kind of creature. And honestly, that's a hook.
It's one of our high prophets. It's Tosker.
Amazing.
We've heard stories about him. Runs as fast as the wind. He can glide from tall kelp top to other kelp tops. It's amazing.
Do you approach
Only-
this person?
No, I cannot
No?
be seen. I cannot be in the presence of one of our high prophets.
All
It'd be
right.
blasphemy. I'm not worthy. Can someone else go introduce me?
Do one of you
You're-
offer?
No.
All right. This is God of yours. Come then. Let us see your God. I offer.
So
I'm offered to
you
introduce.
both walk over to this person, and you know what that person looks like? They look like this. Kyle, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. So you see a very tall elven woman with very pale skin and dark, long hair. She has sort of a rounder face and these very plush lips with these very, very big, dark eyes. She looks, in human age, probably in her 20s. She's wearing a very plain dress, very plainly clothed. Doesn't seem to be carrying much with her. And she is just sitting at, I guess, the bar of this tavern. Not saying any, not really talking to anyone. Sort of scratching the
Little squirrel on her
head.
shoulder.
Little scratching the head of a squirrel on her shoulder.
And
Yeah,
you both
that's what
approach her.
Excuse me, miss. Sorry. I zone in on the squirrel. Excuse me, sir. This your loyal subject, Brutus, is here for you.
I come from the underwater scurry. What scurry are you from?
He doesn't talk.
No, I mean, I dare not address the High Prophet. I ask you, what scurry are you from?
It looks at you and cocks its head and kind of like does the little thing where they like pat their own nose and like clean off their paws. And just
yes.
looks very confused.
You are a native of this land. Very well.
Pets this strange woman's hair a little, like grabs onto it.
Is this strange woman your servant?
Snuggles in a little.
This is Cheeks. Cheeks.
Not. Yes. It's okay. Your secret's safe with me. Cheeks.
I'm sorry.
I lean over to the. Oh, sorry.
No, continue.
I lean over to my algae. Get a load of this guy.
This is the weirdest day I've ever seen. I'm meeting two gods at once.
Oh no, this is not one of the gods of mine. It's just a representation and an incarnation of our highest deities.
That's crazy, and I'm talking algae.
I walk
seen
up at this
different.
point and just hold my hand out to the person sitting in the chair. Hi. I guess I'll be the normal one among us. Nice to meet you. Sorry about my friends.
Hi. I'm Astor.
Mairead.
Mairead, can I get an insight check?
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
No, I rolled a 1. No, you can't.
Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
I'm deeply worried about it now.
As you should be.
Oh god.
What could go wrong?
Can I get advantage because you like me?
I'm gonna say no.
Fuck.
I gave you the insight check because I like you. But,
I guess.
yeah. At this point, Dave and John come back over and they say, yeah, we were able to, rent out 2 rooms for you guys. I know there are 3 of you, but, I mean, we're not rich, so share.
Even that much is deeply appreciated. How much was it? What do we owe you?
I don't think you have surface money. And looking at the tokens in their hands, you notice that compared to the polished shells of different quality that you have in your purse, they're holding nuggets of metal. You all do not have surface currency. It's kind of you to offer, but you're clearly not prepared for this. This has been the scariest day of our lives, and we're gonna go, but it was terrifying to meet you all.
It was wonderful to meet you. May Eska guide you. Keep the pamphlet.
Cool. Yup. Definitely. And they walk out.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
How does this group look to me?
They look like fucking fish, dude.
Oh, okay, word.
Yeah. Except Mairead does have a cloak, so all surface people see her as a surface people, and all sea people see her as a fucking fish.
Okay.
True form.
Yes.
Are you all staying here as well?
That was the hope. And it sounds like those kind gentlemen covered our stay, so at least for one night.
If you'd like, I have some things I can cover if you need to stay longer. Are you staying longer?
Undecided.
The bartender goes, "Hey, Azzy, are these people bothering you?"
No, they're perfectly fine.
All right.
As
I'm watching you, weirdos. Kind of goes
Don't
back
be
to
so
helping someone
cruel.
else.
I'm watching you too, sir.
Eska's watches all of us.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on those freaks. All right, you let me know if it's a problem. He goes back to pouring drinks.
Azzy, huh?
So,
Interesting.
How do you know him?
he's one of the first people I met when I came here.
Oh, are you new too?
He was always very... Yes, I've been here about, 2 months, I'd say.
Oh, you've got us beat if you've been here for months.
Did you just arrive?
Minutes ago.
Feels like
Oh.
months.
I suppose it was quite the journey.
There's definitely a story behind it.
I'm sure. What are you doing here? I mean, this isn't... I mean, there's wonderful things here for sure, but...
We're on a bit of a... hunt sounds dramatic. Search.
Reuniting lovers.
Oh!
You're...
A slug put us in bubbles.
Pardon
Is-
my extremely forward friends.
Yes. Yeah, Slug? Slug, one
Yeah.
of the lovers? Or is that, one of you? Or...
It's the slug.
Okay, alright. I would say that makes more sense, but it actually makes less sense.
It doesn't make much sense to people with more of the story either. If that makes you feel better.
Yes, actually.
Can I get insight from Mairead and Gibbons now?
Oh?
20. But dirty 20.
Please tell me you rolled like ass again.
I did.
Yay!
What's your total?
9?
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Gibbons, there is something familiar about this chick. It's not the eyes, it's, what is it?
I get close, so close that most people would realize that they're invading people's space, and like
But not
peer
Skull?
directly into her eyes. Go. Friend?
Gibbons?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you mind?
No, I don't.
Maybe there's something about the hair. The hair feels familiar. Even though, like, you're not used to hair, you're used to fins. But, this lady's hair is really familiar.
Astor, you said your name was.
You look like someone I know.
Dang.
It's
I
not
have a
the
feeling
hair.
I don't look like most people you know.
Not
No.
in the traditional sense.
Rod, there's something about the energy. Something about the energy that, like, pulls at your gut. Kind of hurts a little.
Say the word and I will kick him in the shin to get him further away from you. He has zero concept of personal space.
That's okay. Honestly, there's too much space around here sometimes.
How long
know-
has it been since we started talking?
Just a couple minutes.
Okay, if it's been a minute, I'm gonna cast Charm Person during that time, being as stealthy as I can about it.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check first.
It's more about seeing the person's reaction to, like, the magic than the actual magic itself.
Okay. So you don't want to be that stealthy. Gotcha.
Good thing I didn't want to be stealthy.
Ooh. What's our number?
I'm looking. It's an 11.
11.
I have a good stealth.
Yeah. And what is the save that she needs to roll?
Charisma, I believe.
All right. Roll me a save, Astor.
I believe I have advantage, but I could be lying.
I could
I
be
don't
lying.
remember. I don't remember what my. I have to look at my sheet on my phone, so I could be lying.
These games are weeks and months apart.
Okay,
so
well I did get a natural 20.
Fuck!
That's fucking awesome. So
I feel like this has happened
Astor,
before.
You feel, Mairead, you cast this magic and you feel it slide right off with no problem, as though it's a practiced habit.
Does that feel at all familiar?
Roll insight.
As I feel the spell sort of try to hit me,
Mm-hmm.
my eyes, like, I kind of laugh a little bit, and is Mairead right next to me?
Mm-hmm. She would have,
Yeah.
like, pulled a chair up next to you.
I'm going to lean in and whisper very quietly, "You don't need to cast spells to charm me, Mairead." We should talk somewhere else.
You know, I could have swore you seemed familiar. I think... Do you guys remember... Gibbons, Brutus, do you remember where we were supposed to be looking? I was mostly not present during the actual effort of communication during that.
Here.
During the slug?
Yeah, during the slug.
No. I was not paying attention to the slug. I was trying to figure out why we were fighting him.
It's somewhere around nearby, I believe. Up here.
I am so thrilled
Mairead,
with
can
the
you roll
company
me-
I keep.
Can you roll me a deception check to cover whatever is happening in your brain right now?
$19.
19. Okay.
You won't believe what I rolled.
2. You cover it really well. You cover it so very well. Gibbons, you're probably the only one that would pick up on it, other than obviously Astor. That Mairead is doing that thing where it's like, if I just don't say it out loud, that it's not real. And that's what's happening right now.
Brutus knows no different because that's how Mairead's been behaving since we
Yeah.
met.
Astor,
No one
have a
heard
room
what I
here.
said except for Mairead, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Astor, you do have a room at this inn.
Is it like light out, dark out?
It's around midday.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you guys are on a mission, I have been here for some time. I could probably help with that. I know you have your own rooms, but I do have one as well, if we'd like to talk there, somewhere more quiet.
Up to you, boys. You're leading.
That sounds good. Seems like you already know what this place is like.
For the most part, yes. Okay. I guess I'll lead them upstairs.
Great. Gibbons,
Mhm.
you see, thank you for that secret roll. You see out of the corner of your eye as you're walking through the tavern to get to the stairs, to the rooms, you see a table with two men giving you the fucking stink eye. The nastiest snarl eye look that you've ever seen. And you don't know, you've literally been here for 2 minutes. You don't know what you did. But, these guys have a fucking stank look. And they watch you as you go up the stairs.
Oh my god. Did nothing to those people.
And you do see that it's not to Brutus also. So it's not to the people like a fish thing. It seems to be a you thing. But again, you've been here for like 2 minutes.
That's all you need.
Sometimes. Yeah.
I don't trust you either.
Good. Yeah. So you all go up the stairs. It's oddly similar to what a tavern would be like in tavern and inn would be like in Deeplight, but it's out of the same. It's made out of the same substance as that boat that you were in. It's wood, as you're finding out. You see metal handles. It's similar to how it would be down below, but they would use probably more stone than metal. You are led into Astor's room, and I take it, lock the fucking door behind you so you can be all secret and private like.
As soon as I shut the door,
Oh.
I'm talking first. I'm talking first. Bless you. Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up. You got so angry.
In the name of scariest, someone explain what's going on.
Kyle wants to talk.
The squirrel runs across Astor's shoulder to the other side.
I have to say that was Kyle and not Astor. Barking was all me, unfortunately. As soon as I shut the door, I turn around so quickly and I'm like, you guys have no idea how happy I am to see you. And oh my, it's only been so long and you've already replaced me with another coin.
The instant you turned around, there was already a dagger at your throat.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that's different than I remember.
You're gonna explain yourself and quickly. You disappear without a fucking trace. And the amount of shit that's gone down since I haven't been able to get a contact on you. Convince me you're not connected.
Connected to what? Ron, what? Connected to what? What's going on?
Mairead, roll an insight check. Kyle, the charisma check of your choice related to this. Persuasion, deception.
It's 18 insight.
$19.
And I know which one that is because she's telling the truth. She doesn't know what you're talking about.
Mairead's arm just kind of drops to her side.
Mm-hmm.
About a week ago, Mama was killed.
Oh. I'm so sorry, Mairead.
No trace, no seeming connection, but the concerning thing is that she was traveling alone, which is not a thing she did. Ever.
Was she... Do you know how she was killed?
fried by the looks of it. Like,
boiled?
no, dry.
Oh.
Crisp.
That's why you're here. But he said something about lovers reuniting?
He who?
Can I? Me? Lovers?
Yes.
Yeah.
The slug, I'm assuming you're referring to the Kissick, unless there's another way you all came to the surface.
Alright here. Something doesn't add up here.
Well, please explain it to me then, because I also don't really know what's going on.
We were sent to the
I
surface
feel
by
like
the
I know
slug
you.
creature.
Oh yeah, Gibbons hasn't figured it out yet.
Gibbons! Gibbons! It's me, it's Tusaami!
Baby! Come here!
I'm just gonna hug him so tight.
Gibbons, upon giving her a real tight squeeze, you do smell the faintest whiff of underwater. And you're like, oh yeah, no, totally. I just wasn't. Yeah, no, that makes sense now. The hair looks like her fins. It's, yep, mm-hmm.
Totally knew that. Totally.
Yeah, the slug
I
thing
did.
sent us up here. What did you guys call it? Kissick?
The Kissick.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The Kissick's love is directly above, they said.
I wasn't really talking to it. I was a bit preoccupied. Yeah. Sent some of us more voluntarily than others up here to find its one true love or whatever the fuck.
You do notice Agilo isn't here. Do something.
Where is Agilo?
I don't know. He got hot feet and went back in the water.
Keeping the Kissick company. It's fine.
Oh,
He's fine.
I miss him.
I know.
I'm sure
funny.
he misses you.
That's very sweet.
When I see him again, I'm gonna kick his ass.
I'd expect nothing less.
They got into it down there.
Really?
Yeah. He was all like, no, you can't do that. And then Morale was all like, oh, watch me. And then, yeah, it didn't. There were some blows.
Oh, I'm Tusaami, by the way. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Brutus. I'm a follower of Skirius. I'm from the scurry of the Deepwater Caverns.
Oh.
He's in a
I got
cult.
left out of the previous town, so I managed to stumble into this party. They were in a barn, and we went and we talked with the spirit of Mama, was her name, right?
As far as you're concerned, yes.
All right. That is... I'm not going to question you. I got greeted with a sword. So I'm just going to sit over here.
Well, like I said, I'd expect nothing less.
Pretty standard, actually.
If you're traveling with Mairead, it is.
It's all new to me.
It's pretty new to Tusaami as well. Don't worry.
Right. Well, if you need help, I've been up here for a little bit, so I can somewhat know my way around. And I can help you with whatever. But also, it's I haven't been able to talk to anyone about this. Isn't it incredible up here?
Yeah.
It's because right there.
Do you have currency? Money, any?
I do, yes.
And
Not a lot, but
how did you go about getting that?
yes. Well, when I first came up here, I didn't really know anything, and then I figured, well, they have a tavern, and they have a barn, and they have ports, so they must also have, job postings or a message board. And then I asked around, and then I found one, and then they needed help killing these things called raps. So I did that a few times, and then they gave me some some shiny coins for it, and then I just kept doing that.
Sounds fun.
It was okay.
It seems, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems life here is relatively comparable to what we're used to.
It is very strange. It is... You know when you travel to a far part of the ocean, and they do things a little bit differently, but not so differently that you can't see yourselves within them? That's what it's like.
I have a really hard time believing that all this way and all we can really catch is minor cultural differences. I'm not saying it's impossible, just not totally believable.
Same funny looks everywhere.
That is true.
You get funny
It
looks
might-
because you talk to your armor.
Thank you.
No.
To be fair, that's not exactly his fault. I do talk back. Hey, Tusaami.
Hi.
Yeah, we haven't fixed that yet.
I'm right
Fixed?
here. I have a name.
Okay, you haven't told it to me, so I'm going to
Yeah,
refer to you
what's-
as a
wait, I'm sorry,
problem until
what
you
is your
introduce
name?
yourself.
It's Al. Al G.
I will punch you off of that chest plate.
Whoa!
Hey.
Algie did nothing to you.
I will blaspheme as much as I prefer. I've had a week.
You know what? You do get a pass for the dead parent figure.
Yeah. No, she has a point.
Get it right.
Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. She opens up a little, like, her corset a little bit and like scoops something teeny tiny out and holds it, and you see a little periwinkle snail.
They
He
survive
made it
up
with
here.
me.
It's Perry.
It's Perry. You know, I don't think so, that they survive up here, but whatever is helping me breathe and also look like this is helping him breathe.
Yeah, a quick
that's
point of clarification. You got something of a disguise.
Yes,
Is that something
I do.
you were gifted by Kasich, or...
No, it just sort of happened.
Eska?
That's more confusing
No.
than... So I can do that.
Yes,
But that's something I've always been able to do.
whatever.
Mairead, looking at Tusaami right now, and besides the obvious differences of her appearing humanoid,
I have
do you
eyebrows
notice
now.
she looks a little different addition. She looks stronger. She looks more capable. Even though she's not, doing anything super special right now, she looks a little more confident. And it's why you probably didn't recognize her immediately. Because she just has a slightly different energy.
So,
Well-
do you just look like this now, or can you switch?
I'm not entirely sure. I feel as if probably if I were to return home, I would look like myself again. I don't, like I said, I don't exactly know how or why, but how the source of my power also gave me this disguise, if that makes sense.
By the way you phrase
Mysterious,
that, I'm
yes.
assuming you don't know what the source of your power is.
Oh, no. Not in the slightest. But it has been getting stronger up here.
Is that something you're excited about or concerned about?
Anyways, so we're looking for the Kissick, correct? We're the long lost love? Yes?
I would like to go up to Tusaami and start poking her cheek just to see if she's like actually real.
Gibbons.
Ow. Ow.
Poke her cheek and you are hitting solid flesh. You do notice that when you press in, the pink fleshy image does not indent. So this is a kind of visage on top. It's like if you poked through a projection where the thing underneath is moving, but the image on top is not.
Has no one noticed this?
Well, no one has been poking my cheeks. So no.
Fair enough. Okay.
As you poke my cheek, Cheeks kind of comes up and sniffs your hand a little bit.
What's up with that?
What is it?
It's a high prophet of Scarius.
I don't know what that is. This, I learned, is a squirrel. It's like they just have these things running around everywhere. Some of them are really mean, I will say, but this one was so nice, and I fed it a little a seed that I found. I thought it was a rock, but it was a seed. And then it loved me. And so his name is Cheeks.
It does kind of scamper down her dress and go for a little pouch that she has on her hip and paws at it.
Oh. I'm gonna take an acorn out and kind of toss it to him.
Food motivated.
He devours that shit.
He's very cute.
The sacred vessel.
Can everyone make a religion check?
Yeah. Let me get right on that. Hey, what do you think it is?
14.
17.
Mairead?
Nat 1.
Hell yeah.
I didn't
Mairead,
go to church.
You're kind of reeling. You don't notice much. Tusaami, you're looking at this girl and you're like, he's such a good friend. He would make a great god. That would be really nice. What was yours again, Emilio?
17.
17. You're definitely feeling some kind of divinity aura. And that's weird because, whatever Brutus says has to be wrong, so that would be crazy.
Brutus would never be wrong.
Brutus, with a 21, you are getting a divinity aura.
Oh, I've already prostrated myself in front of Cheeks.
Good.
I am on my knees in front of Cheeks.
And as you are experiencing this divinity, you also see the bracelet on Tusaami's wrist kind of glowing. Not in a way that's very visible. It's a glow in a metaphysical religion kind of way, not in a everyone else in the room would see a glowing light, but you can feel a glow coming from a specific charm on the bracelet.
Oh, is it Tusaami, was it?
Yes.
Okay, may I see that bracelet you're wearing?
You don't have to.
Or can I just gander it from afar then? Maybe just get a little bit closer and inspect it. It's calling to me.
Sure, I suppose. I'm not gonna take it off. I'm gonna just hold out my wrist to let him look at it. But sort of hold the charm to my palm, so it's even if he snatched it away,
nice
I would be able to.
For him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Laid out but safe.
Right.
What are you looking for?
Anything that would be indicative of, say, the religious symbol that I carry.
Okay, so you're looking of signs of Scarius.
Yes.
You inspect this charm, and it's not a metal that you're familiar with from the world of Deeplight. But the second you touch it, you kind of black out. Not in a collapse to the floor way, but in a you're being granted visions kind of way. You see seams of this metal coursing through rock. You see a fountain. You can't tell what the fountain is of, but it's a gushing fountain. Beautiful. A very fuzzy image of a cute little town, and then you see a jewelry store. Just the sign for it. And then you come back to your senses, realizing that you were just given some kind of prophetic vision. And that's wild. You don't know who it was from. You are not confident that that was from Scarius.
I'm going to argue with DM God on this one. No, I am confident it came from Scarius.
Okay.
Do I see any sort of like eyes roll back or any sort of indication?
From the outside, he lightly touched your hand, in like a kind of a cradle under, and then his eyes went blurry, and he wavered in place for a moment, and then blinked hard and looked back up at you.
What was that? Did you see anything? Do you know anything?
I have received a message. I don't know why, but we must find where this bracelet came from. I have been called to that location. What? What did I say? We must go find this.
Explain yourself.
I think we're missing something, Al.
I have seen where this metal comes from. I have seen the building that has forged this jewelry.
I'm not questioning you, I'm
must
questioning the
visit it.
giggling fool.
I'm sorry. It's just funny. I have been looking for this metal for 5 fucking years, and it's really funny that you just touch it and know.
I have been granted vision from Scarius.
Perfect.
I'll be serious.
Oh, I haven't seen your god do anything.
I haven't seen you do anything.
I have been granted tongue of Dave and John through. Yes,
Yeah,
both people's tongue.
So have I. It's a parlor trick.
Parlor trick. Ah, you need to cast something. I just have it. By the good grace of Eska.
I can
be
call
fair-
upon it on will thanks to Scarius.
While
I
I
just
don't
have
know
it and I don't
Brutus
belong
very
to a
well,
god.
you're both very strange. I mean, you talked to Algie and you have been eyeing my squirrel the whole time?
Yes, the High Prophet.
Okay.
Mairead, important note, you cannot speak common.
Thought I could.
You do not have that language.
I studied poorly. Ignore everything I said in the last 3 minutes.
The under the sea common is marine.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Crayola, preferably.
Brutus, you said you saw...
Yes.
I'm so sorry, there are cars whizzing by. Brutus, you said that you saw where this metal was made, correct?
Yes. Yes, I was granted vision of it.
Wonderful. Can you take me there?
Oh, I certainly hope so. I would love to be there. Construct a new temple to Scarius. Hey, one of those... what did you pull out of your pouch earlier? Did you call it an acorn?
Yes, these are acorns.
Brutus, the shape of that item is familiar to you from visions that Skirius has granted you. They are a very valuable thing that you could sacrifice to Skirius. It pleases him greatly.
Oh, I 100% plan on placing one in the ground and constructing a temple around it.
Yeah, they're very interesting. Like I said, they're like seeds, and she's gonna pop one in her mouth. She goes, they kind of taste good, but
Blasphemy!
people here will look at you weird if you eat them.
I should say so. You just ate the sacred fruit.
Oh no, this isn't a fruit. I think they call it a nut.
Are nuts not berries?
Are nuts berries?
I must
I'm
consult.
too stupid to answer that question.
I would go consult in my book of holy order. See if there's any guidance that I can partake from it.
Right, well, I think that we should set out first thing in the morning to wherever... I mean, clearly if Brutus saw a vision of some sort granted by a god, that is the most important thing, right? I mean...
Yeah,
yes?
whatever the gods say.
But reuniting of lovers.
How long have they been apart? They can wait a little bit longer, right?
And who's to say finding this metal is not what will bring them back together?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, I'm not in a very love-motivated mood right now. Let's move towards an objective that can be solved.
Right.
Okay. All right. I trust the judgment of two of you.
Myself and Skirius, yes, of course. Thank you.
Right, well...
That was not said as an attack on Mairead either. That was said with a dripping sarcasm as to discount
Mairead's
the god.
not paying attention to you.
Fair enough.
Good.
Right, well, I heard them say that they have 2 rooms for you. I also have one if you wanted to split up certain ways. I know 2 of you don't necessarily get along, it seems.
On a personal level, I have no
I
qualms with
would
him.
love a private room, so why don't the boys share one?
Right.
Okay.
Fine.
We could talk
I just
religion.
want to be a fly on the wall at 2 a.m. You know, they're sitting there debating.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
They
I'm
made a
like,
pillow fort.
please tell me my room is next to theirs. Because I want to know.
Absolutely. You could do the cup to the wall thing and hear the whole thing if
At
you
the
wanted
same
to.
time, Mairead sleeping with a pillow over her head, like, stop talking about it, oh my god.
Mhm.
It's like at 3 a.m. sleeping. But the fireball in the sky! The fireball!
Perched on a tall piece of kelp, he has dominion over all of the non-water land.
So at some point in your argument, you both look outside to furiously point at things to prove your point. Brutus, you see these massive kelps, and you notice they have this tall brown stalk and this green, beautiful, artistic foliage on top. The brightest green you've ever seen, and it's glorious. And Gibbons, you notice that Eska has gotten farther away and dimmer, and eventually you cannot see Eska anymore. In her place, there is a large silver ball and a sky full of an indigo with diamonds in it.
What god is that? I fuck with that one.
Hmm.
What?
Hmm.
Deeply.
Have we transitioned to middle of the night now, or is this still...
If you have some stuff you want to retro during daytime, we can.
No.
I would
during
That
love
was just kind of a denouement.
I would love
Gotcha.
to be unconscious for a few hours.
I will say now it is night. Any night shenanigans we want to get up to before we head out for our break?
Yep.
Okay. What's your night shenanigan?
I'm gonna go knock on Mairead's door.
Hell yes, you are. Does Mairead answer?
I think the first time it gets ignored.
Mairead?
She opens up the door. What?
Can we talk?
About?
I'm not the best with people sometimes, but even I can tell that there's something you feel towards me. That wasn't what you felt before. Please?
I'm not sure what you're insinuating. If you'd like me to regale you at the last 3 months of my life and all of the things that have occurred, I would be more than happy to tell you all of my traumas. Is that what you want?
No,
She just kind of stands out of the way and lets you through the door.
Okay. She goes to sit on the bed at first and then stops and then finds like a chair to sit down on.
Mairead wouldn't have stopped you either way. She's just kind of like leaned up against the door frame, kind of.
Okay. I know you said you would tell me all of your trauma and everything, but I'll just say first, I feel you're angry at me, perhaps?
I'm not angry at you. I'm at the world.
That's very fair. I do want to say, though, I'm not stupid. And I know that how I left wasn't the greatest, perhaps. And I do want to sincerely apologize for that. It was not...
Mairead looks genuinely confused as you say that.
What's with that look on your face?
It didn't occur to me that you would feel that would be worth apologizing for.
Why? I mean, why would any... Of course that's worth apologizing for. I mean, that's a horrible thing. Isn't it?
I'm used to it. I figured you didn't want to be seen with me, which is a common sentiment.
No. First of all, don't ever say that about yourself again, because that makes me angry more than you are at me, probably. I mean, I've only known you for a little bit, but you are wonderful. I don't understand why anyone would be ashamed to be with you.
Don't get me wrong, I'm very aware of how I look. I don't need a confidence boost. I am also aware of what I do for work.
It's not... I wasn't... Mairead, I wasn't talking about the way you look.
Most
I'm
people
talking
do.
about you.
Yes, I fail to see the difference.
Well, then that's your problem.
Well, I'm a performer. How I look is kind of my entire thing.
But that's not all who you are. When I think of Mairead, I don't think of... well, of course, I think of your physical traits. It's hard not to, you know? But when I think of you as a person, I think of someone who is brash and a little aggressive sometimes, had abrasive, but ultimately very charming and likable in a strange way. You were someone I wanted to get to know as soon as I met you, Mairead. And I didn't even know what you did then.
Is there something you wanted to speak about, or was this it?
I'm gonna pull something real quick.
Oh. I will say, as she said
No.
that, her tone isn't, like, aggressive or cold. It's more just tired, maybe?
You said that Mama died, right?
Yeah. Roughly
I
a week ago. Killed on an excursion I wasn't aware she was making, alone, and with no clear instruction. Me and the higher-ups that I work with are used to, if we're going out doing something inherently risky, we have an envelope that we'll give to kind of next of kin or the next person in charge as I'm aware of the risk that I'm taking, this is me communicating my awareness, should anything happen, this is what you should do. You would have seen me do the same thing with Julia. She didn't notify. She didn't communicate. She just apparently left. We were in a town on the other side of the capital when I was notified. You get the sense that this is probably the first time she's talked about it.
It's a cruel thing in life to have someone you love taken away. And I just wanted to say that I understand. Far too well, actually.
I wish you didn't.
Me too. That's actually why I left you. I received a message that my mother had passed.
Naturally?
And no. The magic that I wield is more a curse, and it kills you. And I thought that if I could find out why we have it and stop it, then maybe she wouldn't die. Except I didn't, and I couldn't find it in time, and now she's gone.
How long has this curse been in your family?
Generations.
Then, darling, you can hardly blame yourself.
But he touched it and he received a vision. Immediately. Why does it...
I think, and Mairead kind of moves across the room and sits by you. I think instead of... And I know this is rich coming from me. Instead of being angry that he got it and you didn't, we just try to be solution-oriented. It's not that he has an answer, it's that there is an answer. We move towards it, because the sooner we get an answer, the sooner your curse is broken, and the sooner we don't have to hang out with these religious fanatics anymore.
They're kind of fun sometimes.
They're so loud. All the time.
Aren't you used to a loud environment?
Not that kind of loud.
Mm.
Like, there's a difference between a concert and a sermon. And then there's whatever screaming match they call prophecy.
Oh, your god is gone. It has been replaced with a silver orb.
She'll come back. She'll come back. She always does.
You're full of crap.
Tusaami, in this moment with like so much rolling through your head, can you make me a religion check?
Yeah. Actually, I have intelligence. This is not terrible.
Hell yeah.
15.
15, okay. In Mairead's presence, you are anxious for this interaction in some ways. You can also kind of take a deep breath. You know, settles your shoulders more than you have in months that you didn't realize. Hold on to your bracelet and you kind of try to, for lack of a better word, meditate on the situation. And you can feel that your charm is warm. And not, like, more than body heat warm. It's kind of exuding this kind of glow. And it's a comforting warmth, comforting radiation. And it kind of settles you a little. Not that anything could make the last couple months of your life good. Not that anything could make the horrible events that have transpired positive. But it does feel like a warm hand on your back, reassuring you that you're going to be okay.
I suppose you're right. Focus on the solution. Thank you, Mairead.
It's hardly the first time that I've woken up to an emptier pillow. It is nice to know that it wasn't driven by shame.
Never.
Though, for your sake, I almost wish it had been.
Sounds like the only one with shame is you. I should,
Yeah.
yes. I'll let you get your rest. If you can.
I'll do my damnedest.
Yes?
The silver ball in the sky. Is there a name for that?
Yes. The moon, they say.
I like the moon.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's peaceful.
Good night, Mairead.
Good night.
And I leave.
All right, and on the heels of that amazing conversation, we're going to take our break. And we will be back in the morning with our trip somewhere. Thanks, guys. See you at 10. Welcome back to Deeplight. We had that beautiful scene before our break, and now we are going to come back on the rise of Eska in the morning. It is early morning. You bet your butt, Gibbons, you were awoken by the beautiful sight of the light of Eska pouring into your room. It's so warm and comforting. You're awake, and you get to experience her love once again. And that's fantastic. You all wake and I imagine gather downstairs in the tavern to either plan or just head the fuck out.
As the sun does come up, all you can just hear is just.
You cut out, but I'm gonna assume that was yes.
That it was.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's amazing. I love the passion. All right, so you get to bask in her glorious light, and that's amazing. And you all gather in the tavern downstairs.
Astor, you said you had money?
I'm gonna say you have. Did I already give you an amount of money that you have?
No.
Okay.
If you
I'm
did,
gonna
I
say you
forgot.
have 10 gold.
Oh, sick.
Ooh.
Pretty plush.
I've been working. What can I say? Yes, let me get us all breakfast first.
The
I don't
same
remember the
bartender from yesterday comes by and definitely gives a bit of a weird eye to y'all. But he will bring out whatever Tusaami would like to share with her underwater buddies.
Oh. Now I have to think of what Tusaami's new favorite foods are.
Got pancakes, waffles, oatmeal.
Oh, she's
never
obsessed.
had
She's obsessed with
anything.
pancakes.
French toast, cereal, a little bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage.
Kind of a little bit of everything.
Get a little like tasting board of breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
It's greasy. It's diner food essentially, and it's fucking delicious because diners are awesome. Get some muffins. Ooh, beautiful breakfast bread.
While we're eating,
Um,
I'm gonna really quietly at our table. Astor,
Yeah.
when I'm talking, obviously you can understand me. Does it? What does it sound like?
You talking? What does that sound like?
Yeah. Like the other people in here, when they talk, it sounds pretty different. if I am talking to you, does it sound like a dialect? Or is it like a weird alien noise that will immediately get me, like, have people looking at me?
DM.
DM here.
Yeah.
So, the way that your magics are working, Tusaami, it's as though you know both languages.
So when I speak to the surface dwellers, I am speaking their language. It's not that
You're
it sounds
speaking
like
Spanish,
Marine to me. Okay,
you know?
good.
Yeah. And then
does
you speak to these folks, and you're speaking English, and you can understand both in different ways.
Gotcha. Linguistic nerd here. How crazy are the different sounds?
It's pretty different.
Mhm.
Marine is more based in like a clicks and vibrations, whereas Common it's like a spoken English, where it's more based on the consonant and vowel and melodicness of the speech.
Gotcha.
Can you tell I paid attention in my voice and speech classes?
I can, and I'm so proud of you.
Yep.
I mean,
Language.
it sounds a little strange, I will say. Not to me, obviously, but I mean, there's tons of languages up here as well. I mean, and I'm gonna sort of point over to if there's any tieflings here.
Bartender.
Bartender's
We'll say he's a
tiefling?
tiefling.
Of course
Gotcha.
he's a tiefling.
I've heard him speaking a few times in another language that sounds not too dissimilar to our own, but also not quite the same at all, and there's never any terribly strange looks. I wouldn't say if someone were to hear us speaking as we are now, they wouldn't be too offended, if that makes sense.
Oh,
You want to make a perception check to see if you're getting oogled?
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to can make one.
22. I rolled mid.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to know if I'm still getting side-eyed.
Sure, make a perception check.
15.
Personal Frank curiosity. Did Eska keep Gibbons understanding Common overnight?
Yeah. Yeah. Gibbons can understand the conversation around y'all, because I assume you're all having this conversation in Marine.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, there we go. So, Tusaami, no, you didn't roll. It was Mairead and Gibbons, the two that rolled, and you both rolled pretty well. You look around and, you know, folks may be overhearing that you're speaking in another language, but no one seems concerned by that. Gibbons, what did you roll again?
15.
15. You're looking around, trying to see if you can spot those guys from the day before. And you spot one of them. And he's sitting in the back corner, and he's got a drink. Looks like an ale at this time of the morning. And he's got a bag, as though he's heading out. And he is watching. He's not doing anything, but he's watching.
I ever so subtly lean over and go, hey, which one? Which one do I call you?
Astor in public.
Astor in public. There's this guy over there, and he keeps eyeing us. I don't know why.
You look
Have
over
I-
and you do see this guy scowling. Anything in particular you wanted to look for him?
Have I seen him around anywhere? Does he look
He got
familiar
into
to me at all?
town. He got into town a couple days ago, with another man. You haven't had many interactions. He's kept to himself. He and his traveling companion seemed like they were on a mission, not a social visit, if that makes sense. Let's get what kind of check do I want with this? Can I get a fresh perception from Tusaami? Because I don't think I...
Oh, I'm so good at perception.
Oh, good.
That would be an 8.
8, hell yeah. Yeah, you're looking at him and nothing like super remarkable. You could tell he's only looking at Gibbons and not the rest of you. Mairead, now that this man has been pointed out to you, you rolled well, and I can give you this. You see a symbol on him. A necklace, just barely poking out of his shirt. Recognize it. It looks like the symbol of Eska.
I kind of turn, like I'm not putting my back to him, but I'm not acknowledging him either. Let me know when he leaves, when he walks out.
Okay.
Roger.
You all sit there and snack on your breakfast, and Tusaami, I imagine you share some tales about what it's like up here to help prepare for the journey. Swap notes about the last couple months, whatever y'all are willing to share with each other. And about 10 minutes later, the scowling man is joined by his companion. He kind of sets his mug down gruffly and starts walking out. On his way out, stops at your table, leans down to Gibbons and goes, "You better watch who you're telling. Shut the fuck up," and walks out.
Did the rest of us hear that or just him?
Yeah, it was in common. So everyone that speaks common.
Not you.
Why was that guy so
Fuck
angry?
you.
Did you do something, Al?
I don't think so. I've tried to be quiet because I know most people don't like get our broship. So I don't think I did anything.
What?
Unless they
Yeah,
were
most people
offended
are.
that I didn't say anything to them.
What
But they
was,
wanted you to be quiet?
Probably best you haven't said anything.
What
Yeah,
was?
most people aren't that tolerant.
What did he say? He sounded mad, but maybe that's just the accent. I don't know.
He wanted me to be quiet, but I don't think I was eating that loudly.
What did he say
Oh.
specifically?
Keep your mouth shut.
Then
And
how are you gonna
watch
eat?
who you're telling.
He was wearing
Oh,
the
that too.
symbol of Eska.
What?
The charm he was wearing was a symbol of Eska.
Can't be right. He was mean.
Are you a demon worshiper here?
Are you in a cult?
No.
Gibbons is in a
no,
cult.
You are the type to be lured into a cult.
Both of you. You're really frankly doomed.
What do you mean?
He's a cult.
Both of
I'm.
us.
Cheeks runs up to Tusaami's shoulder and kind of like paws at her ear a little. You just hear little chitters in your ear as you like nuzzle your little furry friend.
Hello. Good morning. Just like little, like baby talk, the squirrel.
Oh yeah.
A
Looks to
couple,
be enjoying it as any fuzzy creature would.
a couple of logistics questions. Sorry to be the business-minded one of us. So, two of you look insane. And I don't speak this language. Whatever they're saying. So, I need a translator, and the two of you need a disguise. If that's something we're worried about.
I'm not worried about it.
Sorry, did you hear a breeze or something? I couldn't. What was that?
I don't know. All I can say is I'm not like traditionally educated.
Well,
Someone needs to tell
I
me what's going on.
I
Which I don't
speak
love.
surface, and I look relatively normal, so I can be your interpreter. If you so wish.
Is interpreter the right word for that? Good to know. Good to know.
Some people say translator, but they're just very incorrect.
I mean, that's a rude way to say I didn't know something and ask for clarification.
Suddenly, God gives you the knowledge. Suddenly, God gives you the knowledge that translation is the written word and interpretation is the spoken word. And God is tired of doing that for her day job.
The peons down
Interpretation
here on
simultaneous.
Earth tell you that they will leave this Discord call.
Please continue.
But yes, Mairead, I can interpret for you if you'd like.
I'm
I mean, I
less
can
worried
interpret
about
for
me.
everyone.
Because I can,
Well,
Who are you worried about?
I can just not talk and like get caught up on the information later.
Do you have any sort of disguising mechanism, perhaps, to help them? I mean, like I said, I didn't do this intentionally. It just sort of happened.
Mine's just for me. I don't.
I mean, I do
Tusaami,
have...
this is a large, bustling city with lots of shops.
I have a fantastic idea. I mean, well, one, I will say, I do have a spell that could change the form of someone. If one of you wanted to become like a squirrel or something for a little bit, for
Go
like
on.
an hour,
Go on.
I could do that. And then it would
I'm
be less,
interested.
more inconspicuous. But I have an even better idea, and that is I have about 10 gold, a little bit less now that I've bought us all breakfast. But I think we
That's
should go
probably-
shopping.
5 silver.
I have 9 gold and 5 silver.
Is that a lot?
Okay, so gold and silver is what they use for currency.
Also copper and platinum, but do not worry about those. I've never seen platinum, but I hear it's fancy.
Sure.
Anyways, I think maybe a hood could cover most of, and I just sort of point to Gibbons. That, and then I think for Brutus, to be fair, you don't really have to disguise yourself that much. I'd say your frame is very surface-like, if that makes sense.
I'm interested in exploring this squirrel form idea though.
Wouldn't that be impersonating a religious figure?
No, that would be me one step closer to my deity.
I think we said the same thing.
Maybe another
Tomato,
time.
tomato.
Alright, so I'm gonna have anyone who wants to, roll an investigation check to see if you guys can find good disguises.
Oh, yeah. Nat 1, baby, let's go!
Hell yeah.
No.
Dear Lord, help.
All right, the rest of y'all.
I will help Gibbons find a disguise so that way eventually he can live long enough to come around to Scurious.
Do not give him advantage. Please let him fail at this. It'd be so funny.
It's so much better.
Hey, the other two are helping. You can roll as well.
So,
Can I MC?
my idea. My idea.
You're allowed to
Got a nat
please
one.
roll.
No,
I also got a nat 1.
let's go!
Frank, what do you roll?
Mine was a 19 in the chat.
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, I'm blind.
No,
A
it's
19,
okay.
That's great.
I have to keep Gibbons alive. I have
Yes.
a graceful, I have a benevolent god.
Hey, you
Mairead,
won't
did you
believe
wanna
it.
roll?
Oh,
Nat
please tell me
one?
that was 3 nat
Uh-huh.
ones.
Oh my
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
Okay. So, y'all are walking around town, and the three of you are kind of too wrapped up in the sights and smells. And Tusaami, even though you've been here for a couple months, you're kind of rediscovering a bunch of things going through this with your friends. You know, you didn't quite catch the game that the children play in the streets, and you didn't see a flag with a certain design on it, and you're just like rediscovering the magic of the surface. Brutus, not only do you find the correct shops and the correct items, because your mind is on finding Scurious. You want to bring honor to him and become closer to him. And making these people happy is the best way to get them to turn you into his world.
Well, yeah, Scurious is guiding my path.
And just as you are about to wrap up your search and start your trek, you see something familiar. You see a sign for a jewelry store that was out of your vision from yesterday.
I have good news.
Oh, did
Do
you
we all
find something?
remember? Yes, do we all remember? I had visions of where the metal came from and where it was transported.
Yes.
That building. Don't everyone look at once. It
I
might
start
make it
walking
scary.
over.
I grabbed
building.
Tusaami's arm.
Is the jewelry store. We can find our answers in there. We just have to tear it down and plant an acorn.
No.
You all look to the shop. You see it is a fairly nice looking shop called Philly's Gems, Fili''S. And Tusaami, you've never been on this street before, or maybe you hadn't noticed, whatever. You look in and you see jewelry made with the same kind of metal. Not tons of it, but like woven in intricate designs. You don't see any pieces from this far of that metal that are as big as your charm, but you do see a whole bunch of that metal in a whole bunch of different pieces.
We have to go in.
Yes.
We have to stay calm and not freak out when we go in. Is that something the
Yes.
group can do?
Easy.
I make no promises.
Yes.
You might
I am
want to.
calm.
I will place my faith in Scurious.
I will speak for them.
If you cannot promise me that you'll remain calm and you'll place your faith in Scurious, you'll place your butt on the curb outside. Are you on your best behavior?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just gonna roll something real quick. Yeah, Tusaami found that hot. Anyways,
Good,
Kyle!
good.
well, Listen, I rolled a 19, okay?
Okay. You all, on your best behavior, walk into Philly's Gems, and you see a snobby-looking person behind the counter polishing the glass cases. This is a kind of person that you have not seen before. They are covered entirely in fur. They have little rounded ears and a bit of a snout for a mouth. This person is a tabaxi.
Oh.
No.
Hello.
Welcome to Philly's Gems. How can I help you?
Yes, I was hoping you could tell me about a piece. I didn't receive it here, but I believe it shares some similar qualities to the pieces in the window.
Oh? What is it?
This, and I sort of hold out my wrist.
Oh. Yeah, no, we don't make anything like that here, but that metal was definitely mined in the Phillies.
In the Phillies?
No, there's a town like a day away called Phillies. That's where that metal comes from. We clearly use it a lot. And you look around and almost every piece in that store has that metal in it. It's kind of like where the name of the store came from, because we have an exclusivity deal with them. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, yes, it's very sweet. Do you know what the metal is called? Or where it came from?
We call it filigree. There's like a god or something that loves that town. I don't know. I just work here.
You said it's a day away. Would you be able to? Do you have a? I don't know if you have a map, but
oh yeah, we're a tourist location, and she points to a little stand on the counter that has like those tourist maps, and you can take a free map that has a couple different locations marked on it. One of them being Phillies.
Phillies, homes of the gods.
I hear they have great cheesesteaks.
I was gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. I was like,
you know what? I'm just gonna go die. Yeah, so you now have a map to the place where this shit comes from.
All right, I'm gonna snatch that and go, thank you so much. Do we need anything else here?
You see, like, Mairead was kind of off to the side looking at some of the jewelry. I can't read the price tags. What is...
I'm gonna point out the prices to her.
Okay, and is that like a lot? Or
this is an expensive jewelry store.
Damn.
A very expensive jewelry store.
So yeah, think of this one as being like 200 shells.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good to get a barometer. Yeah.
You're definitely seeing prices in the hundreds of gold.
Nice.
There is a piece that is on like a little pillow in the case that is entirely made from filigree, and it is in the shape of a seashell. Like a perfect clamshell kind of shape.
Oh, that's cool. Look, the color almost matches the ring I have. We should get going.
Yes,
because
I
don't
agree.
like this town.
Thank you for shopping at Phyllis Gems. Have a sparkling day.
oh,
And
nice.
you start your journey.
She was wonderful.
Anything else you want to do in the town of Port before you move on to Felix?
As a disguise, I would like to pitch to the group, moving algae slightly above my head.
Oh my god.
To be like
Give
hair.
Gibbons a wig.
I was
Oh my
hoping we were going to go with the slapstick glasses and giant nose mustache combo.
Oh my god. Guys, it's Wiggins.
No!
Over the course of your day-long journey, Al is slow moving. It's a fucking plant. Al can migrate slowly. For a moment, it looks like he's got a beard, and that's pretty sick, but he's needed elsewhere. Slowly migrates to kind of fill in the gaps between the spines on Gibbons' head. And so it looks like he has a bioluminescent fro.
Hell yes. Let's go.
Incredible.
Yep. This is where we are now. Any shenanigans on your journey? Shenaniganery?
And for me.
Alright. Can I
I'm
get
sick of my
everyone to
shenanigans.
make a religion check? I'm gonna say religion.
Sorry.
11 for Brutus.
8.
8 from Gibbons.
16.
16 from Tusaami. Rod?
6.
6. Okay. Yeah, most of you are don't really pick up much. Tusaami, you are rolling a couple ideas around in your brain, and with the 2 zealots in the group, you're thinking about Eska, you're thinking about Skirius, you're thinking about this new god that you kind of heard mention of, Filigree, and there's something that's resonating, but you're not exactly sure what it is or why, but you feel a divine eye. You don't know if it's on you or the party or another member or the fucking squirrel, but you can feel a divine eye. That's a little unsettling, but also a little comforting. Weird.
Say nothing of this.
Good. So you travel for about a day, you make camp once, and you are relying a lot on Tusaami for things like fire. You make a fire. And that's wild.
Now don't touch this.
Why
Whatever you do,
not?
it will hurt.
What?
I want to touch it. It looks pretty. Can I please just touch it a little bit?
If it hurts me, why does it glow so magnificently?
I touched the fire.
Oh my god. Of course. You get burned. And you take... Here's my dice roller.
Fish sticks.
You take 4 damage. That shit burns. And now you know what burns is.
I'll come back later and try again. It clearly was angry.
That's because he's unworthy. I have to touch the fire.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah? Where's Eska right now, huh? Last I checked, it's a giant silver orb in the sky.
Potentially in this fire.
That's the moon.
You reach out your hand, and at first, you're like, weak sauce, I got this shit, because you have these metal gloves. And then the metal gloves heat up, and you take 5 damage.
Oh.
Alright.
Wait,
So...
Gibbons. Come here, really quickly. And I'm gonna, as I press, try to put something on his burn to help him.
You have
I
a
heard-
poultice that
Hell
you
yeah.
apply. Go ahead.
Hell yeah. I heard you two arguing, now and a little bit before, about Eska not being visible anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, you see that up there? And I'm going to point to the moon. So, that is called the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first came here, I was fascinated by, everything, really. And I tried to find some books on anything just so I could sort of blend in. And I found out that is a rock, first of all. I don't know how it's up there, but it's a rock and it's really cool. But the light that comes from it is from the sun, or I guess Eska. And that Eska doesn't go away. Well, she does. But it's like she's sleeping. And the moon is looking after her.
What?
I know.
What? Eska's protected by a divine rock?
Sure.
Brutus!
Yes?
I got some news for you.
Oh, yeah?
Tusaami, what did you do?
Something horrible, I think.
That
Wanna
thing.
go for a walk?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
We're walking somewhere?
Not you.
Not you.
Not me. That thing is protecting Eska. It's Eska's servant.
The sponge?
No, the rock.
That's not a rock. That's a sponge.
It's a rock.
Do you see all the holes in it?
Rock.
What rock has that many holes and flies around?
Divine rocks.
How is it protecting Eska?
It just does.
And yet she's not here? What if it's not actually protecting Eska? What if it is the reason why Eska is fleeing? It is terrifying to Eska. It chases them off.
No.
Maybe Eska is just weak and cannot handle that sponge. It's the weakest of the sea life.
I will not take this slander from Squirrel Boy.
Your god cannot help you here.
And your god is interested in acorns.
Yes, the sacred fruit.
I could touch fire longer than you can.
You can enjoy that. I don't know why you would want to interact with such a hateful, angry creature.
Because Eska's light is for all, even angry little fishmen like you.
I'm going to take 6 seconds. I'm going to cast a spell, and I'm going to touch his breastplate. And that breastplate is now enveloped in, 15-foot radius of magical darkness.
I would like to counter with light, my cantrip.
So I believe that magical darkness does put out magical light,
It does.
if I'm remembering the spell correctly.
So it says a creature with dark vision can't see through it. Non-magical light can't illuminate it.
Okay,
So I
magical light
suppose-
can.
Your light stops at the edge of my darkness.
Yeah, so you are suddenly in darkness, and whenever in life you found yourself in physical or emotional darkness, you turn to Eska, and you ask her for this light, and she produces it in the palm of your hands, and you get a much dimmer than you're used to, but a little mote of light. And this is the first time you're casting this up on the surface. So it's very interesting to see how the light kind of plays with the air, rather than the water that you're used to. It doesn't shimmer as much, it just radiates.
It actually goes out. If any of this spell's area overlaps with an area of light created by a spell of 2nd level or lower, the spell that created the light is dispelled.
Oh.
So you get a moment of basking in this cantrip before it's snuffed.
I'm just going to let you be in
Yeah.
there for like a minute.
I don't really know what I started, Mairead, but I hope they finish it so I don't have to.
I'm about to finish him.
Then I'm going to finish it. They're gonna keep
this
talking
is-
for so long.
This is now a promise to the people that we will have an episode that is entirely a PvP Brutus versus Gibbons and a Mairead versus Agilo. And I think that's going to make a great next session. All right. You have your little shenanigans that night. Wake up the next day, and it's only a couple hours before you reach the town of Felice. And guys, guess who's becoming a better DM? This girl! I got a cute little map! I made a map! As you approach the town, Brutus, you see this statue in the middle. See, yes. And you immediately recognize it as the statue that you saw in your vision. And you see that there is water pouring from one of her hands. It is the fountain that you saw.
That's it. Where is it? Where is the cave? I need to find this metal. I'm
As
gonna start
you
walking
look around,
towards it.
you see that the buildings, that is what the gray stuff is. That is the outline of buildings, and the little dashes are the doorways. The buildings are entirely made of stone, and the stone has little flecks of shimmer in it. And that is, as you are all now getting to be familiar with, filigree. You can also see over here that is a little, like a bend of a stream. And this is, as it appears, the town of Felice.
Where do we start? I mean, they said something about a mine.
A 6 religion check. Brutus, what were you looking for?
To see if I recognize any religious symbols on what, I mean, appears to be a building grand enough to be a temple.
Yes. You do see this massive temple. You see that it has a greater amount of this metal in its stonework than compared to the other buildings. But it's not a symbol that you recognize. You do notice this massive statue in the middle of everything, but you don't know who that bitch is, so whatever.
I'm not concerned on who that bitch is. All I know is I have been called here, and that building may have the answers I seek.
Where are we going first, team? What we want to check out? Do we want to make perception or investigation checks? Do we want to go to a place? Meet people?
I'm following y'all's lead on this. I'm kind of a fish out of water.
Boo.
There's a fountain right there.
I
Pick
want
out
to try
the
to
reaction.
find out where the mine is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I yearn for the mine.
You would.
You yearn for the
children.
mine. Is there...
Steve.
You don't immediately see a mine. So is there anywhere in particular you want to go for help? There's a smithy.
Oh, yes. There,
That
please.
top left building. Right. So y'all go to the smithy. And in it you see a dwarven gentleman hammering away on an anvil at a bunch of this, at a nugget of what you now know to be filigree. And when he sees you all, he looks at me and goes, "Oh, hello there. How's it? Can I help you?"
Hello. You can help us, actually. I am looking for the source of this material, and I'll sort of hold up my charm. And I was told that it is filigree, and that it comes from your mines here. I was wondering if you can tell me anything about it, or perhaps show us, at least point us in the direction towards the mines.
Yes, of course. It's the pride of our town. We were chosen by the great goddess Filigree to be the source of her metal and her power. So, that's what this town stands for. It's what we're built on, as you can see. Kind of gives the wall next to him a pat with some of the little particulates of filigree in it. It is her power and her will and her manifestation. I see that you've purchased one of our pieces. I know I look the brawny type, but I do have quite the delicate hand when it comes to jewelry, although I don't remember making that piece. Kind of like squints in at your bracelet.
Wait, you made this?
I don't know. I mean, it looks really really well taken care of. So I don't. It looks newer, but I don't remember making it. So that's a little odd. But then again, filigree works in magical ways.
I've had this for quite some time. My family has passed it down to me.
Oh, that's impressive. He's wearing these kind of like soot-covered goggles, and he walks closer towards you as he lifts them up, and he stops dead in his tracks. He goes, "Oh, hold on. Have you been to the temple yet?"
No?
Shall we, please?
What's wrong?
Nothing, ma'am. Nothing, ma'am, is wrong. My lady, we just have to, if we could just stop really, really quick, Father Farmoon would love to meet you. He looks like shaking and excited.
One, insight check immediately, and two, I'm going to quickly tell Mairead everything that's happening. Like,
I assumed I was getting a rundown.
Yeah, he wants to, like scarily, like, he wants to take us to a temple, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm gonna just roll and search.
He seems really focused on you. I'm gonna stick by you, and please tell me if anything's happening. If anything looks
Your
aggressive.
friends can come with you too, if you want. What'd you roll?
12.
12.
The minute he moved closer to our group, like, my hand is just kind of resting on my sword permanently.
He does see that, and he kind of like takes half a step back and realizes that he's coming on a little strong. Tusaami, with your check, he's got the same look on his face as Gibbons staring at Eska.
Oh, that can't be good.
What? What is it?
Can we please go to the temple? You can even lead the way. It's just right next door. I don't. Please.
We're not in trouble, are we?
No. I would never. No. Gods, no. This is. I just need to talk with Father Farmoon before I make an ass of myself.
Sure. Mairead, what should we do?
I mean, he seems good-intentioned and just floundering? Follow him, I guess. I have an eye out on your back, so it's not like we'll get completely surrounded or anything like that. I really don't know what's happening. And I'm not keeping up very well. I'm usually the one leading these interactions, and having a complete conversational wall is stressful.
Would you like some help?
I've never hated a sentence more. What are you proposing?
I can give you the ability to talk with the strangers.
You've had that this whole time?
Yeah, that's how I talked to those other two guys in their tongues.
Astor, do I have permission to kick his ass?
Oh, you don't need my permission.
You've got
Tell
a
me now,
debt
you don't get to speak
in my
with them.
book, tree boy.
We'll pencil that in for another PvP in that very special one shot.
Mairead versus everyone.
Everyone
It's
gets
looking
their
like
turn.
Brutus versus everyone.
Yeah, everyone gets their turn. Anyways.
So you follow the scared smith to the temple.
Yeah.
And can I get a religion check from everyone when they walk in the door?
I
12 for Brutus.
don't know if it changes anything. I'm not looking at the temple or what's going on. I have my attention very solely focused on Tusaami and the stranger.
Okay.
I got a
15.
17.
I rolled a nat 20 though, so what the fuck do I know?
Damn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
For a total of a 21.
21. You have your gaze fixed on Tusaami. Nothing in this world could take your eyes away from Tusaami. Except when she takes her first step up across the threshold. You see this energetic glow that Brutus had seen a part of yesterday. And it kind of scatters your vision, and your head turns, and you see the statue in the middle of the town. And you realize it looks exactly like her. And then you look into the temple, and you see art of Tusaami everywhere. And Tusaami, as you step across this threshold, you feel a hum. The kind of noise that's been in your brain since your mother passed gets quiet. It gets really quiet. Suddenly you feel at home and also alone, but in a peaceful way. In a way where you can finally breathe and think. And that's when you're kind of shaken out of your involuntary meditation by a man walking up to you all.
I immediately grab my cloak, throw it over her shoulders, and flip the hood up.
Father Farmoon, I just met these strangers coming in from out of town, and I wanted to introduce you to them, gesturing at Tusaami. And this very tall elven man looks at all of you and goes, it's nice to meet you all. My name is Father Farmoon. I am the High Priest of Filigree in her chosen city. It is an honor to have you all. Please come in. How can I help you today? Father, this one had a piece of filigree on her that I didn't make. And his face the father's face kind of like gets a little inquisitive. And I think you can agree that she looks like a friend of ours. With, like, a huge wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of face. Like, please pick up my subtext. You are, however, now wearing a hooded cloak. Tusaami, how are you gonna deal with this?
Tusaami's just confused. She's not the best people person. Sorry, what's going on? I just wanted to know about this metal and the mines.
I'm happy to tell you about our metal, our filigree. Honestly, our smith should be the resident expert. I don't know why he's pulling me in about this, kind of giving him a look because he doesn't see your face yet. I don't know why he brought you to me about this, but yes, it is a powerful magical channel said to contain the secrets of our great lady filigree. And we are honored to be the sole source and protectors of her metal. May I see your charm? I don't
Yes.
have to touch it if that makes you uncomfortable.
Okay. Sure. And I'm gonna hold it out again.
Brutus,
He
I owe you one. I'm gonna need that spell.
Done.
doesn't.
Cast tongues.
Awesome. You can now understand what's going on. Yay. He does not touch your hand, as he said. He keeps his hands a couple inches away, casting some kind of spell on it. Which, if any of you have, you might recognize as Identify. And he, his face kind of turns a couple shades lighter. He goes, "This is... You said... How did you get this?"
It's a family heirloom.
Oh. By the goddess. This piece of filigree is not a mere chunk. By goddess. He's clearly very taken back by whatever he just learned. And the smith standing there kind of has like his hat in his hands, kind of like looking at the father for confirmation. "Thank you for bringing her to me.
I'm gonna
Ma'am."
step back.
I'm positioning
Immediately.
myself in between, just by a
Alice
shoulder.
understands. Alice understands. Father Farmoon is confused. My lady, this piece, and he does kind of like pull his hands back, seeing your feet distrust, understandable. This is a sacred artifact. What do you know of filigree?
I know that it is a god that makes metal, and you have a statue of.
Yes, all true. She is a great goddess of design and art, and her amazing power. She was, she owned this. And one day, a brutal god attacked her. A horrible fight, and our legend says that this piece fell from her and was then in the possession of her successor. And her successor would one day return to us with proof. Tusaami, you now realize that all of the art in this place is of you.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take another step back, but as I do, I'm gonna take my hood off.
Yeah. He kind of falls into a chair and gets on his knees and goes, I apologize if I have scared you or transgressed against you. Ma'am, my lady, it is an honor to be in your presence. He's bowing down on the floor in front of you.
Guys?
There are no other worshippers in there. There's not like a whole bunch of people to see. It's just you guys, the Father, and the Smith.
And the Son and the Holy Ghost.
Yep. And
Father, the Smith, and the Holy Ghost.
The Father, the Smith, and
Episode
the Holy Ghost.
Title. That all happened because of a nat 20 insight.
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna turn to them and I go, guys, I don't know what's going on.
We have no obligation to these people. We can leave if you want.
Father Farmoon.
Yes.
How do I get rid of it?
Get rid of
I immediately draw my sword as he starts laughing.
Oh no, whoa, you're serious. I'm so sorry, you're serious. I see your bodyguard takes things very serious. Okay. There must be a text, if I may, to my study. And very
yes.
slowly will stand and start walking over to his study as long as Mairead doesn't stab him.
No, it was more so a, like, drawing it out of the sheath to show that I'm not joking and putting it back.
Okay.
Than a full, like, I'm not holding it at his throat or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's still afraid of you because
Good.
you are the way you are.
Good.
Gets up and backs up into his study and grabs a couple tomes, thinks for a moment, grabs one more, and throws them open on his desk, pouring as fast as he can through these texts. And he finds the passage that he's looking for and says, it is said that this successor will pass the succession in a kind of a late reincarnation. So when whoever is next in line, when they get the token, that is the life force of a filigree leaving that person and going to the next one. So they can no longer live in some cases. And so if you were to get rid of the token, it would have to be passed on to the next heir and would then more than likely kill you. Looking up, realizing that he was in a fervor of religious haze, and then realizes he's talking to the people that this is about, and kind of fades out.
So you're saying this god killed them all?
It's not that she kills them, it's that her life force is what keeps them alive, and passing of the trinket is the passing of the power and the life force. And so then the person slowly fades as they do not have a strong enough life force on their own. You are the reincarnation of the goddess Filigree.
No.
Oh.
She's the daughter of a recently deceased mother. So
who had also been the goddess Filigree.
choose your language carefully.
He gets scared again. I'm very sorry to hear of her passing. You must have felt a surge of power at that moment. New skills and abilities and power that you could not understand, yes?
Perhaps.
A presence with you.
What does it mean? What do I do with this?
You are now the vessel of her power. If you can do whatever you please, we are honored to host you for whatever amount of time you decide to stay here, but you are the channel of her power, as her immortal form is no longer fit to sustain life until she is restored.
I don't want this. If I die, where does it go? Where does she go? I have no children.
We don't entirely have a record of that. If it is successfully passed down through generations until you, I suppose it would be the next owner of the charm. The next person that picked it up to own it.
So all I would have to do is take it to my grave, is what you're saying?
I would not recommend that, ma'am. I certainly, in the case that you do die, you are more than welcome to take that to your grave, but you would also be imprisoning Filigree forever. This is the last bastion of her soul.
And what of mine? You say I am nothing but the vessel that carries her?
I'm
That my
sure
mother, that my grandmother, they were nothing without her? What kind of god does that to people?
He doesn't have an answer for you. He sits there with mouth agape, trying to come up with something that will comfort you, and sees that this is not a thing that he can answer for you.
If your god no longer has immortal form, what is it that you worship?
A legend says that her form fell to wherever it was that she was killed. I don't know wherever your family is from. It must be there, and her form lies there dormant, restoring itself, for her to one day rise again.
Who killed her?
The legends are unclear about who exactly it was. They just say it was the brute god.
If you were to make an educated guess...
There are many myths and legend, and gods go by different names sometimes, and...
It's a lot of words. What's your belief?
My best belief is... kind of looks around like he's trying to make sure that there's really no one else here. He sees the smith in the doorway, still like, jaw agape, looking at the physical manifestation of his god. And goes, "Go! Leave us." He goes back to his smithy, you assume. Or to tell everyone in town that Filigree is here, who knows? And he leans in close and says, "There are mumblings about the god Lumen I know not all of Lumen's mythos, but known in some circles and some legends to be quite brutal. And certainly the followers are taken none too kind to word of it.
What's their domain?
From what I can tell, it's fire and destruction. But
You said fire?
Yes. They don't like word of their deity being spread.
That seems opposite my entire knowledge of deities.
They're very secretive, which is why, again, keeps looking around during their conversation. I can't forget what you heard from me. You didn't hear it from me. I never spoke the cursed name.
Is there a location we could learn more about this cursed name?
They do not advertise themselves, but there are rumors of a secret mine. There's our proud mine for the goddess Filigree, and there is a secret rumor of a secret cavern where dark rituals take place, but I am not even certain that it is to this same cursed god.
Understood.
Heretics.
Gibbons?
And of what god do you serve?
Don't know.
The wonderful light Eska.
Oh, I don't know the name offhand.
Would you like to? I pull out a pamphlet.
Put it away, Gibbons.
He sees the pamphlet and recoils.
Well, don't have to be a prude.
This... Eska? That is what you call Lumen?
Oh, shit.
Called it.
Do not speak the name in this town. There are rumors that there is a group of them here, and they do not want worship spread. They want to keep it small so they can hoard the power.
I think you have the wrong god. My god's nice.
I would know that cursed symbol anywhere, pointing on the part of the pamphlet that has the symbol of Eska.
That's why you had enemies in the tavern. I will say, I do not say that in common.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've understood so far, and I perk up. Does it have to do with the pamphlet? Do they not like Eska either?
Maybe.
No. There's a select few
Do
that
you all?
really like Eska.
Do you all worship the cursed one?
God, no.
Just for some kind of sanity, are there other deities in the group?
Yeah?
Which ones?
I don't know that we call things by the same name that you do. So what does it matter?
Hold out my squirrel.
Oh. My lady, you worship the squirrel?
Shake my head. And point.
He does.
Oh. Difficulty speaking common, sir?
I click back something in Marine. But
see.
yes.
Goes to give Cheeks a little scritch, and Cheeks bites him.
Get a big stupid smile on my face.
Surely an evil god, like keeping the finger in his mouth to stop the bleeding.
Not an evil god, just a
Get
wild
rabies,
animal.
idiot.
Squeak, squeak, squeakum, squeak, squeakum.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Emperor's
god.
New Groove looking ass. Anyway. He does then see, where do you keep your holy symbol? On your belt, around your neck?
I would be around my belt on the tome.
Okay. He sees the holy symbol and goes, huh, not a symbol I'm familiar with, so that's, you could talk about squirrels as much as you like. If I can be of any more assistance, I certainly have the scripture to try.
Well, I assure you that Eska is benevolent, and that these naysayers, heathen, will feel my wrath.
I think we should retire and discuss research information next steps. What are the odds the church would host?
Oh,
Maybe
you would be
financially
honored.
cover a couple
we would
rooms
be
at the tavern.
honored to host her ladyship and any companions.
A comfortable tavern in town. Make a suggestion. We'll take 2 rooms there.
We do not have a tavern, but there are extra rooms here.
Are there rooms nowhere else?
Going over the different buildings. I think the baker has a spare room. I don't know if he rents it, but there's an extra room in his house.
If you don't have the public space, I think I'd rather camp. Sound alright to the rest of you?
Sure.
It could always be worse.
Well, you are always welcome in this town and this temple. But please do as you will.
Oh, we will. Let's get going.
And if you see any of those Eska wannabe worshippers, send them my
Gibbons?
way.
As we're walking out, like walk out, turn around for a second. We as a group are not interested in having discussions with strangers. Anyone with prying eyes that feels the need to have a conversation, ask questions, try to get a glimpse will be handled. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Turns and walks out. Kind of guiding, like, arm around Tusaami, like, walking her out.
As you walk out through the town, you do see people at their windows staring, but no one is approaching, no one's being aggressive, they're just staring.
The usual.
Where would you like to make camp, Astor?
Anywhere's fine. I don't mind.
Closer or further from the town?
Whichever.
She kind of puts the hood back up over your head. Let's go a couple hours out. It's far enough that people won't want to travel in the dark, and we can't be too terribly bothered. We'll probably have to take watches. I don't suppose the smith will have any form of discretion.
taking another look at the statue as you all walk out of town, you can see now that it is a dead ringer for Tusaami. And you notice that the shape of the hair on this statue, well, it doesn't look like what she looks like now. You can see how similar it would be to watching her fins ripple in the water as you were all back. With that, you all walk out to make camp in the woods a couple hours away. Anything else you'll want to do?
No.
I think Tusaami makes a fire and then just sits in front of it and stares at it. Unless anyone talks to her, she's not really talking to anyone.
Yeah, Mairead's just kind of being a presence. She's not like actively forcing conversation, but is keeping close in a way that you can tell is waiting for the move should you want to make it. She's not trying to force conversation or anything out of you, but is ready to be a listening ear.
I'm scouring through my tomes trying to figure out why Cheeks would have bit an elf. I was happy
Cheeks.
about it, but I'm curious.
Cheeks has skittered over to you, Brutus, and is kind of sitting on the log next to you, watching.
I will practice my squirrel offhandedly every now and then with him.
You don't get much.
It's okay, I could dream.
You can. Anything else for the night? All right. That sigh tells me there was maybe something.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Oh.
So it has been 3 hours. Do we want to push on for a little bit more, or do we want to kind of bookmark it here?
I'm good to keep going.
I'm good to keep going.
Yeah.
I don't work tomorrow. I can edit all day. I don't care.
Okay. Frank, you good to keep going for a little bit?
A wee bit, yeah.
A wee bit. Okay. We won't do another hour, but I mean, I can't make that promise to you. We be yapping. So you all tuck in for the night. After a long day of adventuring and revelations and traumas, you've had enough. You all settle in for sleep, some more restless than others. And Brutus, you lay there and you fall asleep thinking about squirrels, Sirius, and everything that has happened to you. And then you wake up and you can tell that it's still the sponge in the sky. So it's not morning yet. But you wake up because you can feel something nibbling on your ear.
It's Gibbons.
What? Gibbons.
No.
I don't
it's
care how
Cheeks.
much you want to worship Sirius. This is not the way to do it.
It's Cheeks that's nibbling at your ear. And you turn over to look at him, and when your dead-locking eyes goes, "Good morning, beautiful."
Jesus Christ.
I
Who
mean,
clearly is a
sorta.
false prophet.
Excuse the fuck out of you. My name is Sirius, and I will not stand for this bullshit.
Oh, God. I close my eyes, I prostrate, and I just plead, beg for forgiveness. Please, do not hurt this fish man. I have very little to offer, but I will give you everything.
I see that you've been a dedicated follower, despite never having seen my great kingdom gesturing to the entirety of the surface.
We have heard stories. We have heard stories of you climbing the tallest kelp that could ever exist and looking down upon your kingdom everywhere that
My
the light
child, they're
and the
called
sponge touch is yours.
trees.
Trees. I will have to take this back to the scurry.
As you should. Are my underwater scurries doing well? Are they thriving?
Oh, more than could possibly be imagined. We've been working on a new magic. It doesn't work well underwater. I might try it tomorrow, though. Hopefully it works.
And you may have my light, should this magic please.
Oh, exciting.
I started following your friend here because, obviously, she smelled like the sea, and my powers of prophecy, I knew that she was coming. I knew that you all were coming to join her. So I stuck with her because she was nice enough, gave me some acorns. They were pretty tasty, but I was waiting for your arrival.
For my
So
arrival.
Yes. As the next great prophet of Skirius, you should be the one to bring back the word of my presence here on this material plane.
I would be honored. Honored.
As before your eyes, Skirius changes shape, becomes a humanoid figure. Again, covered in hair, with a large curling tail, and these adorable little massive squirrel ears. I know I said little and massive. They're massive, but also precious. This full form of Skirius sits before you. Goes, only you have the honor of seeing my form. And I am charging you with bringing back my holy word to the scurries of the deep. And the scurries of the surface, if you should find them.
I will seek them out until the day I die.
Good. You are a devoted acolyte, and I wish to reward that with my holy presence. Kinda gesturing to himself. Again, this would sound very pompous if not from the literal being that you worship.
Oh, of course.
I apologize for the deception these past couple of days. I couldn't let anyone else know. And you people have been sharing rooms, and I wasn't gonna mess with that. I'm not gonna the fucking Eska head over there doesn't get to see all of this.
Right? I don't know what they were talking about, but I guess the priest in that temple, he saw the pamphlet and they do not like Eska here.
Yeah, Lumen and I used to play cards back in the day. He's not a friendly bitch.
Oh. Is that what Eska is? Is Eska Lumen?
It's kind of like a like you call me Skurius, right?
Yeah.
But up here they got a couple different names for me. So you're probably not gonna hear about Skurius up here.
What do they know you by?
Oh, there are a ton of monikers. I mean, Cheeks is the newest, but yeah,
That's very appropriate.
They have a ton of very holy and reverent names for me. Don't you worry about that. You'll find them. But yeah, down there they call him Eska, but up here that's Lumen. And I think they behave differently depending on where they are, because he likes the Eska, yeah? Very friendly and touchy-feely and all that.
Insist that Eska's the ultimate god, which we both know is false. It's you.
Absolutely not. First of all, you're looking at the ultimate god. Second of all, Eska is the god of light, but in like a fucked up way. You know, you'd think the god of light is like good and squishy, and that's Eska. But Lumen, it's like two sides of a coin, you know? Where you walk in the room, you never know which one you're talking to, and then suddenly your fields are raised with fire. So very, very different vibe. But He's not into publicity up here these days.
I knew it. I knew that fire was an evil creature.
Yeah. No, the fires aren't, but they are given by it.
As I
Yeah.
hastily jot all this down.
Yeah. It's he's a bit of a nightmare to work with, honestly. I tried to do a couple deals with him back in the day, just kept burning down my trees. Makes a mean roasted acorn, though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
will give
the
that.
sacred fruit. How do I bring it
Yes!
back?
Oh, there are tons up here that just lying on the ground. It's amazing. That's why I spend my time up here and not down there. Otherwise, I would be frolicking with the scurries of the deep. But
Oh, we would be so honored.
yeah, but they got acorns up here, plentiful. So I
will
spend
fill
time up
up.
here.
I will fill up the cheek pouches that I have brought with me.
Amazing. You brought the... See, this is why you're my
Yeah.
number one. Alright. Eska's almost back or whatever, so I got a jet, but I'll be with you. I'll be with Astor, but I'll be with you.
I have one question though.
Yeah.
So Eska is coming back, so that means Eska does show up in the sky. What is this sponge? Does it chase Eska? What is Eska afraid of
Lumen.
this sponge? This sponge is Lumen?
Eska and Lumen, it's sides of the same coin.
Oh. I'll get it
And
eventually.
As he answers you, he shrinks back down into the tiny little cheeks that you know. And goes, squeak squeakasin, kid. I'll see ya.
Squeak
and-
squeakums.
Jets out of the tent. Meanwhile, Tusaami, you don't sleep well, although I get that's no surprise. Your sleep is racked with visions that are completely new to you, yet they seem like they were always there. Moments of using your power and seeing your own face, but also your mother's face and your grandmother's face and your great-grandmother's face, and you think of how strong the resemblance of the women in your family has been. You think of all of these moments where you saw amazing power beyond your control. You think of the moment that your mother passed, when suddenly you got all of this new power and energy and you felt amazing. And then suddenly you see that face, the face of the statue, your mom's face, your face, in all gray, just like the statue. And she says to you, she looks at you in this kind of white plane that you find yourself in, and says to you, you may run, you may flee, you may die, but I will be back for you. I hold them. And she holds out her hands, and you see your ancestors, the strong women that you have dedicated your life to avenging, in the palm of her hands. And they're dancing, and they're smiling, and they're laughing. I keep them for you, so you can join them. And when I am well, I will be back. I fear that if I cannot find myself when I am back, that I will not know myself, and I may not be myself. With kind of a dark innuendo. You are free to respond.
If I bring you back, will you let them go?
Sweet child, this is not a choice you can make. I heal, but I am still in pieces. It will be long before I am restored. And I do not trap them here. They are free. And the cup of her hands flattens to more of like a plate. And their images dance and frolic and have joy across off of her hands, and they dance around you, and you see that they can go as they please. I keep them safe for you. I keep all of you safe.
Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely.
Okay, because all I'm thinking about is the fear in my mom's eyes when she first came to me in the dream.
Ooh.
Fuck. 13.
13. Okay. You do not sense that is inaccurate. You do sense, from what you can pick up, and you know what, roll me a second one while I'm yapping. From Filigree, you can see that she is protecting them. She has not said what she's protecting them from. So
my second one was a 15, by the way.
15. Okay. That was a retroactive insight check on your mother.
Oh.
Those 2.5 months ago, when the specter of your mother came to you and told you of the surface, told you of the charm that would make you appear elven and help you to breathe and speak common, told you of the Kisik that could help send you to this land so you could learn, find the source of your power, solve the riddle that none in your family could before, to save your life. You see that her fear did not appear to be of the power. She was not afraid of the power. She did not appear to be afraid of the source. Her fear, you gather, was that she wasn't supposed to be telling you about the surface. No one alive was supposed to know about the surface. And it was not necessarily Filigree that she was worried about backlash from.
Interesting. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what to do.
I want you to use my power for good. It would not hurt to visit the people of my town, but I see that you do not want that, and I will not make you. I do not have power over my vessel. You conduct my power, and you have become me. And as she says that, she puts one of her hands on her chest, and you feel that your hand has gone to your chest. I cannot control your actions. You can. And you are me. If you would like to know more of your powers, you can visit my mine. You can visit my high priest. See what you want when you are in Phyllis. And you can go home. You can have as long of a life as you want. Because as long as you wear that, pointing to the charm on your wrist, you and I are one. Your body may be torn, but your soul cannot be. You will not age. You will not grow ill. You will not be immortal, but you will be preserved. When you are ready to hand my light to the next. You may pass this to the next. Should you keep this for long enough, perhaps I will be whole again. In which case I can guide you to my body, which lies deep under the ocean, in the deep light. You can pass the soul onto my body, and I will be whole again. But my body is not prepared for that.
Why us? There a reason? Or were we just there?
When the beast Lumen tore my body to pieces, this piece fell out and sunk to the bottom of the deep. I did not have much will, but what I could exert, I moved into the path of the most fitting soul I could find. And that happened to be your ancestor, Astor. She picked up this piece, and as she did, my power overcame her. And we worked together for many years before she decided that her daughter was ready to adventure. And she passed it off as a good luck charm, not realizing. And then I watched her fade through the eyes of her daughter. The daughter grew up and did not have children of her own, but she had a niece. She passed the charm to her niece to wish her good luck in her travels. And I then watched my newer friend fade, and so on and so forth, until you and I got to be together, Tusaami. It was convenience, but it was also her light. Astor's light spoke to me. It glinted off of the filigree. And I made sure that she found me to keep me safe. And she entrusted me with the most powerful person that she could find, being her daughter. Passed hand to hand of the most powerful, magnificent women that I could have ever hoped to have been passed down to. I weep for the loss of your mother. I miss her. And she holds up her hand, and you see an image of your mother. She looks up, sees that you're there, runs to the tip of Filigree's finger, and waves and blows a kiss.
Hi, Mom.
You hear her whisper hello to you from the tip of Filigree's finger.
Much.
She walks off of Filigree's hand and through the air, as though there were ground there, walks right into your chest, where your heart sits. She stays with you. They all do. They are all here within me, and I within you.
Thank you.
Should you need me, simply call my name, and I will be there in whatever way I can.
do this.
Please. Keep shining. And as she says that, she disappears in a burst of light. And you wake up. It's morning. Your companions are cooking a ramshackle breakfast on a little fire. And you wake up.
Oh boy. I have nothing. I have nothing to say.
Mairead just kind of walks over and silently puts a plate of food by you and goes back to what she was doing.
Thank you.
You don't look like you stepped on.
I did. Actually. I had a really nice dream.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
As you say that, you feel a little warmth from your charm. Just a little pulse.
Any thoughts on what we do with the day ahead of us?
Hunt heretics?
You know what, Gibbons?
What is your definition of a heretic in a multi-deific system?
First off, too big of word. Second off, I know a heretic when I see one.
What an incredible way to answer neither of my questions. There's more than one deity. Confirmed. What is your definition of a heretic?
Well, I mean, anyone who's misinterpreting Eska's will and committing harm to others, that's not Eska's way. You need to be educated with hammers.
Right, but that's not...
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I agree with Gibbons.
Up top!
In what way?
Are you leaving me hanging?
I think... No, I'm high-fiving you back.
Hell yeah!
I'm very strong, by the way.
Get knocked on your ass.
I think we should seek out those who worship Lumen.
False god.
Yes, the false god. I feel like we're missing something here. Something big. And that might be the key.
I'm more than happy to follow your lead. Brutus, any thoughts?
No, not at all.
Do you
I
share
didn't
anything
think you-
about your encounter from last night?
I do not.
Alright. Cheeks stares at you from Tusaami's shoulder. Winks at you. No one else
Yeah.
sees that. Alright, so where do you want to go first, gang?
Ain't that the question? Well, I guess we're back to searching for a mine.
Yeah. There is the main mine you
Yearn
can
for
go
the
to.
mines.
You can try to find the secret cavern that allegedly has the Lumen followers. You can go back anywhere in the town. You can blow this popsicle stand and go back to port and try to go back into the ocean.
Go home. That'd be pretty funny.
There is also a river here.
Ooh.
On my lovely, beautiful map, you can see the river.
Oh, that's right. The little squiggle.
It's all little squiggles. That's how I make maps.
Love the squiggles.
See how fancy I got, guys? Putting titles on the places?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. You outdone yourself.
Thank you. I'm a master map maker.
You're so talented and wonderful.
I'm a cartographer.
Yeah,
anyway.
real cartographer over here.
Thoughts on where we want to go?
Well, could I mean the priests? He talked about the Lumen worshippers that they were in town or around. And, I mean, there could be more information there in the town.
I don't
It's
think
odd that a bunch of Lumen worshippers would be in a town literally named after their rival god. Doesn't it seem odd?
From the sounds of it, though, it's more of a power struggle than an actual, like, worshipping system. Because Lumen doesn't seem, from the way the priest talked about it, Lumen isn't heavily worshipped. They're more containing his power to a small subsect of people. And if they're worried about Lumen being strongest, that could be why he's in a filigree mine. Kind of a usurping of power, maybe?
I mean, like Lumen is trying to take away Filigree's followers?
No, I mean a physical power source. It doesn't sound like, I mean, hard to know without talking to Lumen. His followers don't want more followers. They want it kept small. A closed cult of sorts.
Can I get a perception check from everyone? Gibbons, this can be religion if you want.
Okay.
13 for Brutus.
9.
9 from Gibbons.
Nat 20 for a 31.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Tusaami?
Oh, I said 14.
Oh, sorry, 14. Fantastic.
My maternal figure was taken away and I got given the feat anxiety.
You did. Literally. So you all are having this conversation and most of you are, really just in it. Mairead, your feet anxiety kind of starts itching. And you look up and you notice that 10 minutes ago, it was a pretty bright day. There's some clouds rolling in. It's a pretty cloudy day now. The light of Eska is not shining as it had. And that's a little concerning. You do recall the priest repeatedly warning you from saying the names Eska or Lumen. And I'm gonna lead that horse to water.
I think investigating the mines is the right move. I think for the discussion, around particular individuals should probably cease.
Come up with like a code word.
What did you say it was called? Like the dark like nighttime one was the moon?
Moon, yes.
What's this one?
Sun.
Can we just say the sun?
Gibbons? Is that okay?
I'm trying to think, is that okay?
Does it matter?
If you want, you can make a wisdom or religion check to see how well that feels with your insides, or you can talk to Al about it.
Personal crazy hot take. If your god was not okay with being called something else, they wouldn't have gotten pissy when you called them the name they knew.
I mean, we don't know that's what happened.
I'm looking at it as we speak.
That could be anything. Yeah. What do you think, Al?
I mean, I don't know. Like, most of the time, we would, like, kill the heretics that said anything other than what we were taught, but, like, we're also taught that, the sun's, love and approval, is, like, for everyone. So, I think that she would forgive us for, calling her by a cool nickname. Maybe you should pray about it real quick? Maybe you should pray about it.
That makes sense. I'm gonna pray about it.
Maybe pray about it in your head instead of saying anything out loud, please.
Could also call her Essie. That's a cute name.
That one didn't feel right.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
So you take a moment to try to casually commune with Eska?
Yeah, just a nice little prayer. Hoping
Like this is gonna
for
go
some
bad.
guidance. Any
so
guidance?
sideways so fast.
What could go wrong giving a sun goddess a pet name?
You close your eyes and meditate for a moment and really try to internally reach for that connection with Eska. And you meditate on this idea of calling her the sun temporarily. You notice that it's a little harder to read her. It's like a little more difficult. She's a little farther than you're used to. But you do get approval on calling her by her celestial name, the sun.
Well, it's a bit of a weird feeling, but if they're okay with it, then it is the sun's will. Now let's go slay heretics. Praise the sun.
As you say that, you do notice that there is a little parting in the clouds where there is a ray of sun. You know, like when you see the sun coming through the clouds and you can see the like heavens rays coming down? You see one of those. And you see the ray disappearing behind a mountain.
I'm sorry, I think Olympus is that way.
Same energy. And you do notice that the mountain is back in the direction of Felis.
Well, through the town we go, I guess.
Let's go. You all follow?
Yep. I would be kind of bringing up the rear behind Tusaami.
Alright. So you all follow this sunbeam, and the sunbeam does not take you to Phyllis, but it takes you a little, cardinal directions, a little east of Phyllis. And you wind up at the foot of this massive mountain. You do see, from a distance away, you do see on the west side of the mountain a mining operation. You see offices constructed, you see massive equipment, you see workers, you see it humming like a hive. It is very busy. You see the massive entrance to the mine with all its supports. But the beam is on the east side, farther away from the town.
Okay. So, is there anything of note before we head towards the beam?
You can roll for it.
Okay.
I will say there is something that smells really good. Do you smell that? It's like warm and like hearty. I don't know how to describe it properly. Over there, and she's like pointing towards where the bakery is at. I'm not an impulse being.
Back towards Velos.
When we go back through that town, I want to figure that out.
It is an amazing, hypnotizing smell, but it is not anything you need to roll a save about. I do see a 13 perception from Brutus. What did other people roll?
4.
4. Fantastic.
I was muted. 17.
17!
23.
Mairead? 23. Amazing. Boys, you're fighting about gods again. You're having a little squabble in the back. Brutus is taking everything in you not to be like, well, I got to talk to my god last night, so and Gibbons, you're like, well, that's literally my god right there, showing us where the fuck to go, so fight me. And that's kind of the summary of the conversation that's happening right now. Ladies, you're a little more locked in. Mairead and Tusaami, you see this mining operation. You see that there is a carving of the symbol of filigree in above the entrance to the mine. You see, you can kind of suss out, like, those must be the foremen, and a lot of Kyle. A lot of the people in the mine do seem to have the symbol of filigree on their person as kind of a good luck charm. You see that it is a thriving mine, and Mairead, you got like 1,000, right?
23.
23, same thing. You see, working at the mine, one of the guys from the tavern.
I see
The ones that were given a stink eye? To
yeah. Are we in an area where we could pretty easily step off the path and be hidden for a brief moment?
Yeah. They're not, it's not like you're in a forest or anything, but there are some trees, some rocks.
Guys, over here for a second. Remember that guy that was yelling at, Gibbons in the bar the other day?
Yeah, he sounded like a jerk.
Big jerk.
Looks like he's working at the mine.
Good.
I think
Probably in jail.
I think the sun worshippers having a spot down here might have some validity. But it means that they're going to recognize the fuck out of us.
If you recall, Gibbons and Brutus have been wearing disguises.
Yeah, that we rolled nat ones for.
No. It was Brutus that rolled
Maybe you all
something
did.
great to find proper disguises.
It's a 19. Not to toot my own horn.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty freaking good.
If
So-
you are really confident in your ability to disguise yourself, I guess I'm not going to discredit that. But
Question. So they clearly worship the sun, and the sun does not like filigree. There's a statue that looks exactly like me. That the whole and there's like paintings and stuff of me in the temple. Should I be here?
I don't think
What if-
any of us being
You hear the voice of filigree in your ear, and she tells you to touch your necklace. You touch this necklace that you found in that drawer, and suddenly you are purple, and you have horns and a tail and little cloven hooves.
I rescind what I said before. I am good to go.
This is new.
Very interesting. She
Think
always
about
been
it
able
too
to
much.
do
I think
that.
I'll have a panic attack, so let's not dwell on it.
You do have the same face. That stays the same, but you're obviously the horns and the tail and the purple will be a bit of a left turn for anyone. If you touch the necklace again, you can kind of rotate through humanoid races.
Oh,
Always the
hell
same
yeah.
face, but you can wear different disguises.
Oh, it's like the wand in Animal Crossing. I love it.
And at the very end of the cycle, you do see true Tusaami for a moment. The first time in months for all of you seeing the true Tusaami face, and then you can tap it again to get back to your elven form. So pick whatever humanoid race you want to look like.
Let's go with Tiefling. That was sick as hell.
Hell yeah. You're purple.
Do we confront them, or do we spy on them, or what should we do? I didn't
What?
think
That
this
would be-
far ahead.
I say confront. I say take them down now.
I'm just
I'm gonna
gonna
address the elephant in the
hard
room
no
here.
on that one.
Why are there sun worshippers in a cave where the sun doesn't reach?
We will
Well-
only really know if we go investigate. But running theory. One of the suns I don't think is the sun.
The moon?
The sponge.
It's called the moon. Maybe it's the moon. I just don't think it's the sun.
What if we pretend that we're worshippers from another place?
I think that will get us treated worse, probably, from the way that the priest made it sound. They don't want more worshippers. They actively told Gibbons to shove it.
Fair.
I think that'll be the brawl that he's hoping it will be. You shush.
Oh.
So you can stake out here, kind of like watch what's going on. You can follow the sunbeam. You can, of course, approach. How would you like?
Well, there's two of us that can talk. Tusaami,
Yeah, but-
Gibbons, rock, paper, scissors?
Sure, we can play Boulder Parchment Shears. Actually, what would be the marine equivalent to that?
Oh Jesus.
Coral, kelp.
We definitely have rocks and scissors. Paper's
Okay.
the only
Coral
one that gets
kelp knife.
Coral, kelp, knife. Okay.
cursed.
Fuck it, right?
Please don't.
No.
Okay, how do we do this?
I'm gonna say it's rollies, just a d20.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna use my ethereal dice. Oh no. I just saw the art of him with hair.
Just know that our graphic design team is working in real time to make these amazing images that you're probably going to be seeing on screen right now. And we appreciate the graphic design team. Thank you, Bard.
Oh lord.
Is that what Gibbons looks like?
Have you not seen his art?
No.
Oh my god. I shift
Emilio.
Z for a reason.
Yeah, he's a heretic just by looking at this. Do
That's
not
okay.
trust that hair. That is unnatural.
You know what? I'm actually gonna let you guys think about this. I'm gonna let you think about it so long that we will see everybody next time on Deeplight. We're gonna end it here for tonight to see what these guys are gonna do in our next episode, see where this is all gonna take them. Tusaami's a god. Eska is somehow half evil. Scurious is real and hanging out with Tusaami. I guess the gods are vibing. And Mairead
from the
is
Bronx.
doing her fucking best.
Mairead sure
And-
is here.
We're gonna pick up on that next time on Deeplight. Thank you everyone for spending the night with me. Thank you to Bard, Emilio, Frank, and Kyle for being my amazing players tonight. Get well soon, Agilo/Zach. And we'll see you guys next time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.